how to use the Gaggenau coffee machine. First things first, we need to make sure that we have coffee beans and water inside the machine. So if you gently just pull the machine, which is actually on a drawer open, we can get access to the water tank and to either ground coffee or coffee beans. So in here, if we have a look at the top, we've got the coffee beans located in here. So you can see in there, you can fill that right up. That would last you, depending on how much coffee you drink, maybe a week. If we have a look at this section here, this is our water tank. So all you need to do is lift that lid up. Now, this section here, there's a little handle. This pulls straight out and I think the capacity is 1 litre. So when you fill that right up, that's about 1 litre. Now that slots snugly back in. And once you've done, you fill that up with water. You just ensure that the lid is popped on. The machine actually does take ground coffee as well in this little thing here, but you can only put a maximum of 2 level ground coffee spoons in at a time, and ground coffee is not quite as good in my opinion when you're making a coffee, so best to just fill it with the beans that we've supplied you here. Once you've done all of that, you just slide the drawer back in, and then we'll have a look at the settings. So we've got our power button here to turn it on and off. The cafe button will actually hit, if you touch the cafe button, that's going to start your coffee. So if we have a look here, on this here is this section here, is where you select what coffee you're going to make. So this one here is a large coffee, so a large long black. If we come up here, we've got a single espresso, so that's a 1 cup espresso. Then over here we've got a 2 cup espresso, moving all the way down to 2 large long black coffees. So again, we could make 2 large long blacks here. You can make 2 small coffees if you wanted to add milk, or you could just do 2 espressos, or again, our single coffees on the left-hand side. The next dial is the volume of beans that you want. So whether you'd like a weaker coffee over here and not so many ground beans in your coffee, or if you like your coffee stronger, you want to crank that right up to the highest strength. So we'll just go, we like it about there, personal choice. So I'm going to do 2 larger coffees, so 2 long black coffees. So I'm going to put, so that now that I've made my selection, the unit is actually going to start rinsing. So I'm just going to let that rinse through first, so that I don't get any of that water in my coffee. Alright, put our cups under here. Okay, I've made my selection for 2 large coffees. I'm just going to heat the cafe, and the machine is going to do its thing. Now, if you like to heat milk, you can also do that over here. So this dial right here, turning that dial to the left after it's finished doing this, of course. I won't do that while another operation is in progress. If you turn that to the left, that's going to give you just water. If you turn it to the right, it's going to steam. So I can show you that in a second. The only thing to be conscious of is that you need your milk cup, and when you put the milk in, just make sure that there's enough to actually cover the tip of the steamer. Once you're done, you just need to ensure that you're emptying this drip tray regularly so that it doesn't overflow. And that's when you finish with the coffee machine, you need to clean out the drip tray and clear the ground coffee from the machine. So we know that the entire unit slides out. So what we need to do is it's this bottom section here that we need to clean for reuse tomorrow. If you just give this right-hand side of this silver section a little bit of a pull, now that will just gently come away. We'll just pop this over here. Now, the drip tray here will actually slide out. So if you just gently pull this straight towards you, the entire drip tray will actually come out. Now this square bucket here is going to have your ground coffee beans. They need to go in the rubbish bin. Don't put them down the drain. They will actually clog the sink. And you can rinse that with hot water. This entire section, drip tray, this little bit here comes off, just slides towards you and will slide out, and you can rinse that entire section. So just give it a good rinse. Make sure there's no water in it. It will actually overfill if you don't empty this daily. Give it a good rinse, and then that can be slid back in. So that pops back in there. Make sure it's all nice and clean. And then you can just slide that drawer gently back in like so. And then we're going to put the front back on. So again, we'll just gently put the left-hand side in first, and then click the right-hand side on. And then that's done. Then to power off, you just hit this button here. That's going to rinse the machine, and then it's going to power down. And best to put a coffee cup underneath that now that I've actually emptied out the grinds and the drip tray so that that doesn't fill up again.